guys, welcome to Peripheral Vision, and today we're taking a look at the Mario Kart 64 Nintendo Official Player's Guide, a strategy guide for Mario Kart 64 from Nintendo Power. And what's interesting about all the N64 Nintendo Power strategy guides is that they all have this square design on them, or most of them do, and it's the red, blue, yellow, green checkered pattern, and I'm not sure why that is. I know that's the Super Famicom button color palette, but maybe it's just a common thing for Nintendo to have those four colors in a collective. But let's open it up. First page. Here we are, and this is Toad's Turnpike, and here's Mario. And I love the rather bulgy character models that the Mario characters had in the N64 era, because this was the first time one of the first times that these characters had 3D models, so the art was a little bit what we would consider now to be wonky. It was fine back in the day, but it's a little bit off by our traditional standards at this point. Now, they're always going to look cartoony, but the N64 had the most very, very slightly exaggerated features. They all looked kind of like balloons almost. And here's, speaking of balloons, we have Toad and Mario in one of the battle modes, and there's like Hitu up in the corner here, and the infamous blue shell, which was introduced in this game. Here's a list of all of the cups, including the battle modes and some different kart colors. Some more different racing modes, and take a closer look at some of the character images here. And this one should be very familiar because this is on a lot of the packaging for different things, like the strategy guide. Not this strategy guide just has Mario from the front, but this image of Mario giving the thumbs up backwards is on a lot of the box art and things like that. And then there's some more battle mode imagery. The racers, and we have the lightweights, which are Peach, Toad, and Yoshi. Then the middleweights, which are Mario and Luigi. And the heavyweights, which are Wario, Donkey Kong, and Bowser. And they show you like the top speeds and everything for different terrains on all the characters. And there's a lot of little tiny things that if you want to be like an amazing racer at this, that the strategy guide helps you with. Because if you just want to play Mario Kart with friends, you don't really need any of the technique. Oh, and here's an image of Mario and the Ghost Racer, which was another interesting facet of this. If you had an N64 memory card, you could save your time trial data and race that past Ghost, which is really cool. And then we've got some images of the different items. And on to the cups and courses, where we actually take a look at the actual course layouts. And here's another really great image. This guide has a lot of these cool layout images of the characters. And this is, I believe, DK Jungle Parkway, I think is the name of this. There's a Donkey Kong level. There's character-based levels in all the Mario Karts, so sometimes you get the names mixed up. Here's Luigi's Raceway. And I like this image because this is before Death Stare Luigi. This is more just passing glance Luigi. He's just like, oh, hey, how's it going? Oh, we're racing? That's cool. That's nice. But over the years, he got embittered and enraged. And then in Mario Kart 8, he just stares at everyone. And Luigi Raceway, pretty simple track design. Moo Moo Farm, all of them have this really cool image to go with them. And I will showcase all of those. Track, Koopa Troopa Beach, another one that has some pretty cool shortcuts that the strategy guide will no doubt tell you about. It also tells you about different, it gives you, this is an interesting thing, each map has the time trial expectations for different people. So if you're an advanced player, you should be getting around 1 minute 32 seconds on this track on your time trial. So it's a good way to measure your skill level. Calamari Desert. Oh man, I love Calamari Desert. And there's the infamous train from that level. Or track, I should say. There aren't really levels. And it's sprinkled with cool. It isn't just the same images over and over. There are multiple different character images that are like put together, and it's just interesting. They have a lot of good art in this book. Here's Toad's Turnpike. And I could be mistaken, but I think that these screens are taken from the preview screen that they have in the actual game. We have Frappe Snowland. Cocoa Mountain. I don't like this track. This is not a very good... Well, it's a good track, but I never liked it as a kid. Mario Raceway. Wario Stadium, one of my personal favorites. Largely because Wario is my racer in this game. I love using Wario. And this was the last Mario Kart game that I really delved into that much. And, well, I own all of them, of course, but I really... This was my childhood. This is the one that I'm nostalgic about, the N64 one. And I had the Super Nintendo one. The Super Nintendo one, this is Sherbert Land, by the way. I had the Super Nintendo one. Oh, and here's a really cool image of Lakitu pulling Toad in like the frozen ice ball out of the ice water. And I had the Super Nintendo one. In fact, the Super Nintendo one was one of the first games that I got for the Super Nintendo, but for some reason this one was always just more close to my heart, I guess. And I like this image. This is a really cool of Mario and Luigi just crashing into penguins. Royal Raceway, and there's a really cool thing here. If you want, you can divert off the track in Royal Raceway and go all the way up to Princess Peach's castle, and it's just the same layout as in Super Mario 64. So you can actually get to Peach's castle in here. I don't know if it will tell you about that in the strategy guide, because it's not helpful in a racing scenario. Bowser's Castle. The N64 Bowser's Castle is a great Bowser's Castle. And there's Bowser himself. Pick his nose real quick. DK's Jungle Parkway. I knew it was DK's Jungle Parkway. There we go. And there's the image in that way of the long bridge that so many people would layer with banana peels up and down that bridge. Alright. Yoshi's Valley. So many great tracks. And again, I'm super nostalgic, super biased. This is my personal favorite Mario Kart game because it's got and there's probably better Mario Kart games. I assume, I played the Mario Kart DS. I played all of them, but I played Mario Kart DS pretty a lot, yes. Ooh, Banshee Boardwalk. Oh, another fun one. That one has bats in it. And Rainbow Road. An iconic track. This has been around since the original Super Mario Kart, and it remains today. I wonder how I'm curious how the Rainbow Road plays in Mario Kart 8, actually. I have not messed around. I know there's two Rainbow Roads. There's a classic series Rainbow Road in there, and then there's the battle modes. And then there's a Mario Kart 8 specific Rainbow Road. And here's a really cool image of the battle modes in the level that I believe is called the Donut. And there's just a bunch of random stuff. The images for the battle modes isn't like hand drawn or anything, it's just a map because they aren't that intricate. You have the Big Donut, the Block Fort, the Double Deck, and the Skyscraper, and all those are pretty cool. And then you get a bunch of secrets, and the strategy guides are always pretty good about showing you the unusual secrets stuff. Some of it wasn't unusual or secret. Some of it was just like stuff that people might not notice, but some of it was cool secrets. And this one has a lot of stuff, actually. And it's got 2 or 3 pages of different secrets in it. And oh, I like this image. It's one where Mario brought down the thunder and made all the other, because the lightning bolt makes the other racers shrink in Mario Kart, and this is an image of that. And it's kind of, look at Bowser. He's just so adorably freaking out. And ooh, here's a good one. Here's a good page. Also, item chart. It shows you the likelihood of you getting any particular item depending on your place in the race. And I think that's cool. I like knowing about that. And then times to beat. And these were the times in time trial mode of the programmers of the game. So this is the best time the people that made the game were able to get. And you'll notice that I think this is a glitch time. It has to be a glitch time. Wario Stadium has 22 seconds as its best time. So I think that especially considering that's a really long track, I think there's a typo there. I think there might have been a typo. And then we finally have the winner circle. And here's a really cool image. I like this one too. And this is really evident for the very specific art style that the N64 era had for these characters. And then we have of course, the obligatory Nintendo Power advertisement. Then on the back, we have all this stuff. And that is it. That is the Mario Kart 64 Nintendo Power Strategy Guide. Later days.